Hello. Okay, let us begin Conserva 17, lecture number 17 of the course.
सर यूट्यूब शुरू हो गया यूट्यूब लाइव
Huh?
सर यूट्यूब लाइव
Oh, it is private right now. You are right. Let me. Thank you. Okay, you should be able to join now. So, in the last class, somebody had mentioned कि why don't we do something like this? So, if we have a device which has the following band diagram, okay, he was saying कि why don't we just uh, tilt this, okay. So his point was कि हम इसको ऐसे tilt कर देते हैं so that my conduction band and my valence band are flat, okay. My EI is flat and my this goes like this, okay. So this is your Fermi level, okay. What is the problem in this? Can anybody tell me the problem in that? One, that Fermi level should be constant according to whatever scientists, the chemists have already decided that Fermi level or electrochemical potential should be constant in the material at equilibrium. Anybody else do you see who was the person who mentioned this? Do you want to say hi?
Yes, sir.
Who is it? Okay, Viral. Yeah. So do you see any problem in this?
Uh, sir, if that is the point that the Fermi level would say
No, no, no.
stays.
Forget about that. Even forget about that. Let us not say that. Okay. Other than that, do you see? So you were saying why don't we change the reference? Okay. When we say I'm changing the reference, I mean that I'm moving my energy up or down. Okay. I'm not tilting the whole shape of the it. Okay. When we change reference, this can only move up and down fully. Okay. It cannot tilt. So when we say we change reference, we cannot do that. Okay. Because please understand that this is energy on the y-axis and distance on the x-axis, okay. So when I say that this point has, if you look at this plot, what can you say about the energies of these 2 points, the point on the left hand side and the right hand side?
So they are different.
They are different, okay. And they should be different. Why should they be different? Means not they should be, but if you look at what is going to happen in this situation, what is going to happen to the electrons in this situation? I'm talking about a drift, okay. What is going to happen to if electrons are drifting? Where will they move from? Which direction to which direction?
So from a high concentration to low concentration,
Oh,
high
that is
dosing to.
diffusion. That is diffusion. Diffusion happens
So,
for
so
electrons when
from
they move from
more
higher
elect-
concentration to lower. What about the drift part? I'm talking about
sir,
the
so,
drift.
so from higher electric field to lower electric field, which can be find out
Not
by
higher
the
elect,
energy
not higher
diffusion.
electric field to lower electric field. Higher potential to lower potential. You can say that. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So if you look at the potential plot, हमने इसका potential का plot कैसा होगा? If you were to look at potential versus x, how will it look like? Can anybody answer? How will the plot of the potential look like?
So potential would be like energy upon E. So we know the energy, so we also know.
Not energy upon E, energy upon minus E, because the charge on electron is negative. Okay, so the potential will be, so if this has, so if I were to draw, let us say potential, I'm using the symbol psi, this is for potential. Psi versus x. Okay, how will it look like? It will be opposite of this. ठीक है, ये ऊपर जा रहा है, so that is going to come down because psi is equal to minus E over E, energy or EC or whatever you want to call it. Okay, minus EC over E. Okay, so there is a negative relation between potential and your energy because the charge on an electron is negative. Okay, so it will look something like this. So which direction is your electric field in? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड किस डायरेक्शन में होगी? एनीबडी?
Positive direction.
Yeah, it will be in this direction from higher to lower side. Okay, the direction of electric field will be this side, higher potential to lower potential. Which direction will your electrons move due to drift?
So towards
Manav?
right.
Huh? Repeat, please repeat, Manav.
So towards the negative X.
Yeah, so they will move the movement of electrons move from right to left. Okay, we need not do this whole analysis in so much detail every time. If we look at this conduction band, what can you say? That electrons move from points of higher energy towards points of lower energy. Okay, we can do the whole, we can skip all this whole analysis and we can just look at this and we can say that electrons will move from points of higher energy to points of lower energy. Okay, so this thing, so you had also mentioned in the last class that we make models so that we can make our life easier for analysis. Okay, that is all right, we make our life easier, but the life should not be incorrect. Okay, so that is the point. When we make a model, our physical phenomena should not be violated. Okay, any physical observation that we see. Okay, so this is obviously not correct. Okay, even if EF were not constant, okay, this is not going to be correct because you will no longer see drift in this. Okay, all the particles here have the same energy, which is not really the case when we are talking about conduction band. Okay, in conduction band, different particles have different energies because they need to counter the force of diffusion. Okay, there is a strong force of diffusion from the left hand side to the right hand side. Okay, there is a strong force, so that force has to be countered by a force of drift, if you want to call it. Okay, the electric force. Okay, is that all right, Aviral? A little more intuitive or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have been doing this for 3 classes. We'll do 2 classes previously. We'll continue with this. So in the last class we had talked about how what is the time dependence. Okay, what is the time dependence of axis carriers? Now we'll talk about the space dependence. Okay, well, let us forget about time dependence for a moment and talk about space dependence. Now if you have a semiconductor, okay, you have a semiconductor in which you are generating electrons in this region. Okay, and this is x is equal to 0. Before x equal to 0, you are forming generating some carriers. Okay, and now whenever I am writing, and let us say that this is an n-type material. You are generating some carriers, and the delta P at 0. Okay, here 0 stands for not time but position. Okay, delta P 0. Okay, what is delta P 0? Is some value. Okay, certain value is known to you, and this is the value here. The axis carrier generated here at x equal to 0 is delta P 0. Okay, and I am saying that the generation is equal to 0 for x greater than 0. ठीक है? Now, and electric field is obviously 0. A is equal to 0. और कुछ बचा? नहीं. ठीक है. Now, can you solve for? We want to solve for delta p as a function of x. Can you do that?
Sir, is it in steady state?
Yeah, it is in steady state. Okay, what happens in steady state? Thank you. We are forgetting about time dependence. Okay, we have given sufficient time for everything to happen. What will be your delta p as a function of x? So which of these two equations will be valid here? Huh?
Upper.
The top equation, okay, the equation for n-type minority carrier holes, minority holes. Okay, so we'll apply this equation. Which of the parts of the equation can be removed, can be neglected? Okay, this can be neglected. Okay, we can neglect this term. Why can we neglect this term? Because electric field is 0 for the places where we are considering it. Okay, for x greater than 0, electric field is 0, so this term is gone. What about this term, g prime?
Given 0.
It is given 0 for values for x greater than 0. So this is gone. Okay. So the only thing that remains is dp del 2 delta p by del x square. So this is obviously there. Okay, because delta p is not equal to 0 and tau p is not infinite. So only in those cases we could neglect this. So we cannot neglect this. What about this right hand side? This is again. क्या होगा? This is gone and this is also gone because we are talking about steady state. Steady state d delta p or d anything by dt is 0. Okay, so we can forget about these. So our equation becomes dp, and what can we do to del? Del can be replaced by a d. Okay, because we are no longer doing a partial derivative because we are no longer dependent on time. Okay, so we can do a full differential. Okay, so d2 delta p by dx square minus delta p over tau p is equal to 0. Okay. Anybody knows the solution for to this? क्या होगा इसका solution?
Exponential.
So we're going to do one more thing. We're going to divide this whole equation by dp. Okay. Does anybody remember the units of dp? dp के units क्या होते हैं?
Centimeter square per second.
Centimeter squared per second. Centimeter squared per second multiplied by second is what? Centimeter square. So centimeter square is effectively we can replace that by, we usually want to simplify our life. So although even if that does not make sense, but still we do some things like here it makes sense though. We'll define a new term LP, which is dp into tau p. Not LP, LP squared is equal to dp into tau p. Okay, the units on the right hand side are centimeter squared. On the left hand side also we assume it to be length. So it is centimeter squared per centimeter squared on the left hand side and centimeter squared on the right hand side. Okay, we define dp tau p to be square of length. So let us move forward. So we can replace this dp tau p by LP square. Okay, so the solution of this, if you have done differential equations, delta p is going to be of the form of a e to the power minus x over LP plus b e to the power x over LP. Okay, is that all right? You try differentiating it, even if you're not able to see that this should be the solution, but try differentiating it twice. Okay, what are you going to get if you differentiate it twice? इसको 2 बार differentiate करेंगे तो क्या मिलेगा हमें? Once you differentiate, you are going to get the same a e to the power minus x over LP into minus 1 over LP, okay, and plus b again plus 1 over LP. Once you differentiate it again, you'll get the same thing, but instead of minus, the minus sign here will be cancelled out by the next minus sign. Okay, so if you differentiate it twice, you're going to get, if you do d2 delta p by dx square, you're going to get क्या? A by LP square e to the power minus x over LP plus b e to the power x over LP over LP square. Okay, तो ये क्या हुआ? अगर if you look at the numerator, the denominator is the same, so you can take it common. So the numerator is delta p. Okay, so we're getting the same equation. I have differentiated this side twice. Okay, so that is all right. Now what do we do about this? अब a और b निकालना है हमें, बाकी सारी चीज़ें तो हमें पता है. X is our function, our variable, and LP is your constant. We call this LP as, क्या बोलते हैं हम इसे? LP को हम क्या बोलते हैं? Diffusion length. Okay, LP is called as diffusion length. Okay, it is sort of your time constant in your when you're talking about charging of capacitor. Okay, you have time constant. Okay, similar to that, you have this LP. Okay, or LP squared, square root of LP. Okay, LP is diffusion length, not LP squared. Okay, so अब हमें delta P as a function of x. Let me write this as x. Now we want to find out the values of a and b. How do we do that?
Boundary value.
Put
Huh?
x equal to 0.
Put x equal to 0. Okay, because we know the boundary condition at x equal to 0. Okay, at x equal to 0, we know delta p 0 is given to us. Okay, so I put that on the left hand side. Okay, this is the known quantity, delta p 0 is given to you. Okay, and on the right hand side I put 0 again. So we have a plus b. Okay, so delta p 0 is equal to a plus b. So that is one boundary condition. What is the second boundary condition? क्या होगा second boundary condition? Look at the above equation. Are you seeing something that is going out of Gopal? You have a
Sir,
question?
b will be 0, I guess, sir.
Hold on a minute, Shivansh. Gopal, mute कर लिया. Anyway, yeah, Shivansh, you are right. B will be 0. Why will B be
Because sir, if
B
you put
0?
x equal to infinity, then del px will be very large. So it
Yeah,
is
del
not
px
possible.
will become infinite. Okay, which is not possible physically. Okay, physically what should happen? Your delta p should become smaller as you are moving away from the point of the creation of excess charges. Okay, it should not increase in this direction. Okay, so if you make b to be any quantity other than 0, then you will have problems. Okay, and you don't want those problems to happen. So that's why b will be 0. B has to be 0. Okay, so we can get rid of this 0. So delta p 0 is equal to a. Okay, did everybody understand why b should be 0? Because if you look at this term, if you put x equal to infinity, what is going to happen to this term? This will become more infinity. Okay, even higher infinity than x, because it's e to the power something. Okay, so this will be a very large number which cannot happen when you are moving away from x. Okay, it cannot be infinite, because that is not physically possible. Okay, so this quantity has to be 0. Why can it not be a negative quantity? Negative क्यों नहीं हो सकती? अगेन
Otherwise, the
नेगेटिव भी,
x is carried.
अगर नेगेटिव भी होता तो भी माइनस इन्फिनिटी हो जाता, दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट पॉसिबल. Okay, so in either case this has to be identically zero. Okay, it cannot be any quantity other than zero. Okay, not even a very small quantity, it has to be zero. अमन क्या हुआ? अमन any question? Okay, so we found out delta p 0, a is equal to delta p 0. Now what can you say about delta px? Delta px becomes delta p 0 into e to the power minus x over lp. Okay, so if I were to plot delta p as a function of x, if I were to plot delta p as a function of x, what will it look like? What will delta p as a function of x look like? If this is x, so it will look something like this. Okay, where this is delta p 0. Okay, again we have an exponential decay in x's carriers as we are moving in the x direction. Okay, what will be delta n x? Delta n x की वैल्यू क्या होगी? Anybody?
Same, sir, exponentially decreasing.
It will be same because we want to maintain charge neutrality. If charge neutrality is not maintained, then you will have problems. Okay, so because we want to maintain charge neutrality, so this quantity will be the same as delta n. Okay, that is the ambipolar transport that we talked about in the last two classes. Okay, so that is enough for this part. And what is this LP here? LP पे क्या होता है? Okay, what happens at LP? LP पे इसकी वैल्यू क्या हो जाती है? Let us say this is LP.
Del P 0 by E.
Yeah. So again, similar to time constant in case of charging of capacitor. So this can be thought of as a length constant. Okay, for this diffusion taking place. Okay, so that's why we call this as diffusion length. Okay, within this much distance, within LP distance, your total concentration is going to become 1 over E times your initial concentration. Okay, at the boundary. Okay, so that is what we have here. Now we are not going to do the time and space dependent at the same time. Those equations are a little more involved, but let us see what happens qualitatively rather than quantitatively. Okay, so if you have let us say we extend this material on both sides. Okay, for so we have generation just at x equal to 0.
Sir?
Okay, yeah.
Sir, in the previous question,
Yeah.
that you gave us that at x equal to 0, it is del p 0.
Yeah.
So, sir, that is after, matlab, that is after steady state that del p 0. or
No, there is a
initially
continue.
at t equal to
No. This is not. This has nothing to do with time now. Okay, this is just the position. Now, in the previous class, I had chosen this bracket for time. Now, in this class, I have chosen bracket for what? Yeah, length. Okay, x. Okay, this bracket is for x. So there is a continuous disturbance that is happening. Okay, continuous generation that is taking place, that is causing this delta p0. Okay.
so sir after a
Clear
long
now?
time the final concentration here is delta p0 of
Yes.
excess carrier.
Yes. And generation, that source that was causing that generation has not been turned off. It is continuously on. Okay, there is continuous. Otherwise, this could not happen. No, because after infinite amount of time, if you turn off the source, then your excess concentration is going to become 0. If you turn off the source, okay, the source is continuously pumping energy into it, the system. Okay. Who was the one asking the question?
Rudraksh.
Yeah, Rudraksh. Is it clear or no?
Yes sir.
Okay. So let us look at this system, okay, and try to plot what will the if I cause excess carrier generation in this region, okay, I create some excess carriers over here, and I turn off the source. Okay, I have turned off that source. What is going to happen when we move in time, or when we move in distance, both? Okay, so let me plot delta p and x. What will it look like? Let us say that initially this is my initial plot for delta p versus x. Okay, at time t equal to 0, this is how my plot looks like. Okay, now if I turn off my source, okay, मैंने time t equal to 0 पे, this is at time t equal to 0. At time t equal to 0, I'm telling you that this is how delta p looks like. Okay, and I have turned off my source. मैंने time t equal to 0 पे अपनी जो excess carrier generate करने वाली source थी उसको off कर दिया. तो क्या होगा? What is going to happen?
Peak will dip or faucet area will increase.
You will start diffusing. Okay, you are already diffusing, but you will diffuse even more. What because you have turned off the source, what is going to happen? This peak will start going down. Okay, so and the so this is going to come down, and it will look something like this. Okay, so this is for t is equal to t1 greater than 0. Okay, now if you increase the time even further, you are going to see an even more something like this. Okay, so this is for t is equal to t2 greater than t1. Okay, so this is how slowly your peak is going to come down, and all your excess carriers will be recombined throughout your semiconductor. Okay, so this is how it is going to look like qualitatively. Quantitatively, in the book they have given you an expression, but we are not going to go into that. It's not really that important for this particular course, the first course on semiconductors. Okay, so that is one thing. Now if you apply, अब हमने इसमें एक इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और लगा दी. Okay, if I apply an electric field, then what is going to happen? Okay, I have applied an electric field in this direction. No longer electric field is 0. What is going to happen to this plot? Okay, and I had turned on my electric field at t is equal to 0. Okay, at t is equal to 0, I am turning off the source that was causing this generation to take place, and at t is equal to 0, I am applying this electric field, which will cause some kind of drift. Okay, which direction will your excess carriers drift in? किस डायरेक्शन में जाएंगे? बताओ भाई.
So right hand side, if they are positive excess carriers.
What about the electrons?
So they would be. So if we are considering we are adding both sides, like both the type of excess carriers in ambipolar
Yeah,
transmission.
obviously for this particular course, all the excess carriers will be all means whenever we are doing generation. Okay, excess carriers due to generation will be of both kinds. Okay, so when we are doing generation, the generation will in this course we are assuming that generation is always happening for both electrons and holes. The excess carriers may be of different kinds. That is, we'll go into that in PN junctions. But for when we are talking about excess carriers due to generation, they will always be of both kinds. So which direction will it move in? You look at the top equation. ये equation किसके corresponding लग रही है तुम्हें? Holes की equation है, वो that is all right, that is visible to you. But is it analogous to the original equation for holes? जो जब non-excess carriers की बात कर रहे थे? Is it or no? बताओ भाई. Go back in your notes and see what did the equation for holes look like. Not the excess holes, but just the holes. Did we have a minus? So इन दोनों में क्या difference है? Minus और plus sign का है ना बस. So go back and look. Holes की equation में minus sign था, plus sign था. Minus. Okay, and the electrons equation had a plus sign. So these equations still correspond to the original equation for holes and electrons. So holes में क्या speciality होती है? What is the speciality of holes? When we talk about minus sign का क्या significance है? That holes move in the direction of your electric field. Okay, holes move in the direction of electric field, and electrons move opposite to the direction of electric field. Okay, so if I were to plot this, okay, I'll turn on the my electric field at t is equal to 0. What is going to happen? इसका क्या होगा? You can think of diffusion as happening independent of your drift. Okay, you can think of it that way. Okay, in one sense. So what is going to happen? Diffusion अपना होता रहेगा और drift उसको move करती रहेगी. Okay, so diffusion is causing what? The spread of this peak. Okay, diffusion is causing the spread of this peak of the carriers over here. Okay, so the peak is going down and it is spreading out. Okay, that is what is happening due to diffusion. What will happen due to drift? Drift की वजह से क्या होगा?
Peak
बताओ भाई
shift
यार.
होते जाएगी. Sir, the peak will shift towards right.
This will shift towards the right because electric field moves my holes towards along with it. So electric field is from left to right. So this is going to happen the same way. So at if you look at T1, it will probably look something like this. So this is at t is equal to T1 greater than 0. Okay, the same T1. Okay, the height is the same. Okay, the spread is the same. Only thing is that the point at which the maxima occurred has moved towards the right. Okay, so similarly we can say that we will have a t is equal to T2 greater than T1. Okay, height is the same, the spread is the same, the only thing is that it has moved from left to right. Okay, in the first case there was no electric field, so it was staying, the peak was staying at its own position. Okay, now the spread is happening at the same rate. Okay, we are also additionally adding an electric field which is moving my excess carriers towards the right along with it. Okay, so if I were to ask you, okay, what will happen to electrons, excess electrons का क्या होगा? ये मैंने थोड़ी गलती कर दी है. It will not look like this. It will actually move. Okay, so this is T2 greater than T1. Okay, so your peak is coming down because of diffusion, and the peak is moving towards the right because of drift. Now, क्या होगा? इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का क्या होगा? एक्सिस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का.
सर लॉजिकली तो अपोजिट होना चाहिए, बट इक्वेशन हम सेम रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, तो
So that is the
मतलब वो
point of
एक-
ambipolar transport. Okay, they cannot move in different directions because of the charge neutrality requirement. Okay, if charge is not neutral, then you will have large inbuilt electric fields which are going to destroy everything. Okay, so therefore the both electrons and holes stay together. So the holes electrons are going to move along with your holes at the exact same rate. Okay, so that the charge neutrality is maintained throughout your semiconductor. So you will have electrons will have the exact same relation. Okay, electrons will move in the same direction, opposite in the same direction as your electric field. Okay, so I still don't have an answer. Mathematically we know. Okay, mathematically we know that if I apply my ambipolar transport equation and I जो हमने क्या किया था, ambipolar transport equation में हमारा d prime और mu prime आया था. Okay, we got d prime and mu prime, and we made some approximations based on low carrier injection. Okay, low injection and your what p type or n type. Okay, those were the two approximations that we made. So if my material is n type, then the equation for holes is important. Okay, and if the material is n type, then the p type, then the equation for electrons is important. Okay, so and not only that, your majority carriers, excess majority carriers, move in the same direction as your minority carriers. Okay, so minority carriers determine in which direction your particles are going to move. Okay, I thought about it quite a lot. In the book also it is not given. I looked it up quite a lot, but I do not have a physical explanation why minority carriers should pull your majority carriers. Okay, if somebody has it, I will be happy to hear it. If maybe in the next class you can, or maybe I'll give you an assignment. Maybe you can look it up and do some research, you guys, and come up with the answer, the physical explanation for why minority carriers should pull the majority carriers and not the other way around. Okay, mathematically we know. Okay, mathematically we already derived it, that minority carriers are the equations are the one which are driving force. Okay, as long as you have low level injection. Okay, so mathematically तो हमने निकाल रखा है, लेकिन physically ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है मुझे नहीं पता. If somebody has the answer for that, I'll be happy to hear it, and maybe I'll make it an assignment so that you can put a little more thought into it. Okay. Does anybody have a question here? So minority carrier pull your excess majority carriers. Okay, excess minority carrier pull your excess majority carriers along with them. Okay. So electrons in this case, excess electrons are going to move in the same direction as your holes. No questions? Okay, we skipped one topic in the previous chapters. Let me go back to that, because that is a really important topic. So we had talked a little bit about drift previously, okay, and we had said that drift is constant. Okay, that we had previously said, but that is not really the case. Okay, drift depends on quite a few things. Okay, one of them is temperature. Okay, let us say we have an intrinsic material. Okay, and what should happen to drift when you increase the temperature? Anybody?
It should increase
Jesus.
Drift should increase.
because particles will move faster. No, but it should decrease because
We are not talking about.
obstacles should be less, would be more.
Huh?
The restrictions would be more, the particles would be vibrating more. So
Yeah. So you are right that the energy of electrons will also be higher, but that is not the point. When we talk about drift, we are talking about the energy gained by the electrons due to the electric field. Okay, when we're talking about drift, not the inherent energy that is present in them. Okay, inherent energy is of no use to us as far as drift is concerned. Why is it of no use to us? Because that is in all directions. Okay, drift should happen only in one particular direction in which you are applying your electric field. Okay, Sanjana, you had a question?
Sir, so drift should increase or decrease because if we increase the temperature, then everything will start vibrating more. So the number of collisions will also increase. So the
Yeah.
overall will decrease.
Yeah, you're right. Arush also changed his.
But
Yeah, go
then
ahead.
you're saying that it's the inherent, the kinetic energy which they'll gain is the inherent energy. So that will not factorize the drift.
Yeah, it will not because the inherent kinetic energy that is present due to temperature is in all directions. Okay, so they are not moving in one specific direction. When we talk about drift, they should move in the same direction, means in the direction that is in the direction of force which is caused by the electric field. Okay, that is important. So even if you increase the temperature, obviously the electrons are going to move at faster speeds. Okay, let us say that even if electrons are moving at a faster speed, they are moving in all directions. So what is the net drift due to the faster speed? It's going to be 0. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that does the electrons having higher energy almost plays in higher inherent energy almost plays no role in drift. Okay, but what plays a role in drift is that your atoms are now vibrating at a higher with a higher amplitude. Okay, if they are vibrating with a higher amplitude, what happens? There is a higher probability of collision of an electron with those atoms. Okay, and if that happens, what is that going to do? That is going to reduce the effective velocity that you have. Okay, velocity was your drift velocity was mu times your electric field. So electric field is constant. Okay, I'm keeping my electric field constant. I'm just raising the temperature. So the number of collisions is increasing. So your drift velocity, the average velocity that is gained by particles in the direction of electric field is going to be smaller. Okay, so your mobility will go down. Okay, so if you increase your temperature, your mobility will go down. Okay, mu versus T. Okay, this is for intrinsic material. Now, if instead of this intrinsic material you had an extrinsic material, एक्सट्रिंसिक मटेरियल होगा तो क्या होगा? Let us not talk about the temperature, but what will happen in an extrinsic material? Do you expect some kind of effect on mobility due to extrinsic material? Anybody? Shivansh?
Mobility should be hindered a little because of more particles.
What more particles?
Like because we'll be placing the doping ion atoms in the voids. So
no, we are. Please understand that we do not put our dopant atoms in voids. We replace silicon with a dopant atom. Okay, so there is no filling up of atoms in the voids. Okay, and those atoms are too big to be filled up in those voids. But it does not happen. Okay, so the number of atoms.
Mobility will decrease at a very low rate, we can say. That because here the vibration factor will be much less. as the ion will be more tightly bound to each other. Ion will
Why do you say that?
Sir,
But
because
that is not really
strong-
very important. No, please understand that it is not really very important. Even if that particular ion is tightly bound, okay. Even if you what you are saying is correct, okay. But it's not really that important. The number of such ions is 1 in 1 lakh, okay, or 1 in a million. It does not really matter. Do you agree? Because the concentration of silicon atoms is 10 to the power 22, and the concentration of dopants is 10 to the power 17 or 18.
Yes, sir.
So it is not going to make much of a difference as far as vibration is concerned. Even if what you are saying is true, that the vibration of the dopant atoms is smaller because they are tightly bound, which may not necessarily be the case, but even if we assume that, still it does not make much of a difference, no. What is more important? Electrons are, yeah,
More in number.
charged particles,
Yes.
okay. And what will happen to these ions? Ions क्या हैं? आयंस क्या हैं? अरे बोलो भाई.
Charged particles.
आयंस चार्ज पार्टिकल्स हैं. तो जब चार्ज पार्टिकल्स के को बहुत दूर से भी इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकता है. इट डज नॉट रियली नीड टू कम इनटू द फिजिकल स्पेस ऑफ दिस वाइब्रेशन. Okay, it can. So if you had this electron that was moving in this direction, okay, and you had an ion that was present over here, it could affect it. Even if it is not coming into this its vibration path, it can still affect it. It will attract this electron towards itself, okay. And if this ion was negatively charged, then it would push it away, okay. So as you are increasing your probability of such collisions increases as you increase the dopant concentration, okay. When I'm saying collision, I mean a different kind of collision, the electrical collision, okay. When the fields of these two particles come into contact with each other, then there will be some movement of this particle, okay, which will be different from the direction of your applied electric field, okay, which will be different from the direction of your applied electric field. So obviously as you are increasing your dopant concentration, what is going to happen to your mobility? Mobility का क्या होगा?
Increases.
अरे मेरे भाई,
Increase.
it's going to go down, okay, because the number of collisions is becoming larger, okay. Your conductivity will increase, I agree with that, but that conductivity is n e mu n, okay. That conductivity is increasing because you are increasing the number of n, okay, not because you are increasing your mobility. Your mobility is going to go down. So if you were to plot a rough plot of Na or Nd with respect mobility with respect to those, is going to be something like this. As you are increasing your dopant concentration, your mobility is going to go down.
Sir, how will collisions increase? Like, why will the collisions in the opposite direction to the applied electric field be more?
Why is that important? That the collision is in the direction opposite to the electric field?
No, because if it is pushing it in the direction of the electric field, then it will have a positive effect on the drift. And if it is like again, because the effect the charged particles have on the electrons through the electric field, that can be in any direction.
Yeah, that is the point. That vibration collision can also be in any direction. That is why it is reducing. So this effect can be in any direction. That is why it is causing. So see, this particle, let us say electric field was in this direction, okay. ये पार्टिकल जो है आराम से इसके साथ साथ जा रहा था, ठीक है. ये इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के डायरेक्शन मतलब ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रहा था, okay, because it is negatively charged and electron is moving in this direction, okay. It will keep on moving, okay. जो उसके ओरिजिनल वो हो रहे थे, व्हाट कोलिजन हो रहे थे, वो तो बात है ही, वो तो कोई परेशानी की बात है नहीं, वो तो अभी भी हो रहे हैं, ठीक है. द collisions that were happening because of the lattice vibration, that those are still happening, so those are not reduced, okay. Now as I'm increasing the if this electron now comes into contact with the field of this electron comes into contact with the field of this ion, what is going to happen? जो पहले वाले कोलिजन्स थे वो तो चेंज नहीं हुए, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दैट दोस कोलिजन्स स्टिल स्टे द सेम. व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन टू दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन? इट इज मूविंग, इट इज बिटवीन टू कोलिजन्स. ओके, दो कोलिजन, एक कोलिजन ऑलरेडी हो चुका है, दूसरा कोलिजन अभी आने वाला है. ओके, बिटवीन दोस टू कोलिजन द मीन फ्री पाथ. ओके, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग नाउ?
It will be
Yeah.
under the influence of the
Yeah,
electric field.
so it will move in a direction which is different from this, the electric field. Okay, so your total number of scattering events, so you can call this as a scattering event. Okay, so what is happening to your scattering event? क्या हो रहा है
They are
scattering event का?
increasing.
Huh?
More
Those are
scattering.
increasing. Okay, there is more scattering happening.
Sir, but
Okay,
why
so that-
are we saying that this happens during the mean free path? Because we said that the ions replaced the dopant ions replaced them. So like पहले एक पे हो रहा था, अब जो हम दूसरा एटम है जहाँ पे कोलिजन होना था वहाँ पे ही ये है. So it's not in between those two.
वही तो बात है यार.
But like ये दूर
Please understand that this collision would not have happened. Okay, हमारा इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पे है, ठीक है. This collision would not have happened. Okay, because this is very far away from the field of the movement of this particular atom. Okay, this collision would not have otherwise happened. But for the fact that both of these are charged, because both of these are charged, these are going to get attracted or repelled, whatever it is, and this electron is going to move its direction, which would not have happened otherwise.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, because they are charged, so these can influence from very far away. But in case of vibrations, they have to come in physical contact, physical proximity. Okay?
Yes sir. Thank you sir.
So as you increase this, you are increasing the what? You are decreasing your mobility. That this is in an extrinsic material.
So,
Yeah.
so we are seeing the mobility with respect to just one electron or the whole cloud of electron that is moving in the semiconductor. So because if we see with respect to just one electron, then the number of collisions are increasing, so we'll say the mobility is decreasing. But if we
Okay.
see the overall cloud of electron in the semiconductor, since it's intrinsic and it's doped, so the number of electrons and the carriers have also increased. So the overall cloud will seem to be moved with the same mobility, because since the number has also increased. एक इलेक्ट्रॉन की कोलिजन बढ़ गई है, पर पूरी क्लाउड को तो हमें लगेगा कि सेम ही उसमें चल रही है, बिकॉज द नंबर हैज आल्सो इंक्रीज्ड. सो व्हाई इज द मोबिलिटी डिक्रीजिंग? एंड इफ यू आर कंसीडरिंग जस्ट वन इलेक्ट्रॉन.
No. But even if you look at one electron out of that cloud, what is going to happen? The number of collisions of that particular electron is going to increase.
Yes.
Do you agree? For one, it will increase. So will it not
Yes.
increase for everything?
So, but if since we are doping it, we are considering that the current has increased.
Yeah, it
And-
will increase. The conductivity is going to increase. I'm not saying conductivity will not increase, because it is Ne mu n. Conductivity is Ne mu n. So your N is increasing. Okay, so conductivity is going to increase, but your mobility is decreasing at the same time. So it will not increase as high, as fast as you expect it to, because your mobility is reducing.
So, but then in the first case, you said that we'll not consider one single electron, because since it will be randomized for all electrons, the net mobility will be 0 for one electron. But for the whole cloud, it will be assumed that it is moving. So फिर यहाँ पे अगर एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को कंसिडर कर रहे, फिर तो वो तो randomized ही है. Then the net is 0 in x, y, z direction. But अगर पूरे क्लाउड को कंसिडर कर रहे हैं, then it's seeming that yes, it's moving.
Now, why do you say, what do you mean by cloud?
सब एक इलेक्ट्रॉन तो नहीं है, बहुत सारे हैं. तो पहले
हाँ?
केस में कैरियर्स कम थे क्योंकि इंट्रिंसिक था. अब डोप्ड है तो एक इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए कोलिजन बढ़ गया है, पर हमारे ओवरऑल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स तो बढ़ गया है. तो हमारे लिए ओवरऑल जो पूरे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का मूवमेंट है वो तो ऑलमोस्ट सेम ही होना चाहिए.
क्यों होना चाहिए सर? उसके कोलिशंस बढ़ रहे हैं ना अब.
सर तभी तो हम बोल रहे हैं कि कंडक्टिविटी बढ़ रही है.
नहीं, क्यों? कंडक्टिविटी का मोबिलिटी और नंबर दोनों से लेना देना है ना. मैं कह रहा हूँ मोबिलिटी कम हो रही है, लेकिन कंडक्टिविटी फिर भी बढ़ सकती है क्योंकि नंबर बढ़ रहा है.
सर नंबर तो बढ़ रहा है, पर अगर वो मूव ही नहीं करेगा तो हम मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर क्रॉस सेक्शन से
एक
अगर
सेकंड रुको, एक सेकंड रुको, सोचो, एक सेकंड सोचो। एक क्या कहते हैं, विल्ड बीस्ट। विल्ड बीस्ट का नाम सुना है तुमने? अगर कभी नेशनल ज्योग्राफिक देखा हो तो, वो हिरन जैसे लगते हैं, ठीक है। वो जो है एक जना चल रहा है, ठीक है, एक जना चल रहा है, वो उसकी मैक्सिमम स्पीड मान लो कुछ है, ठीक है। अब एक की बजाय 10 आ जाएं तो क्या होगा सेम जगह में, तो क्या होगा? बताओ।
सब भी फास्ट दौड़ रहे हैं।
सब उतनी स्पीड से मूव कर पाएंगे?
नहीं सर, स्पीड कम हो जाएगी।
थोड़ी कम हो जाएगी। अब 10 की जगह 100 आ जाएं तो क्या होगा?
और स्पीड कम होगी,
क्यों हो रही है कम?
बिकॉज उनके आपस में भी कोलिजन्स है। और
हाँ, वो बात है, मतलब ये थोड़ा
एक
थोड़ा सा
individual distance
मतलब एनालॉगस
cover
एग्जांपल
कर-
नहीं है, लेकिन बट सी प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दैट, बट द टोटल, इफ यू वर टू लुक एट द टोटल मास ऑफ wildebeest, okay, total mass or total number, what is happening? Okay, although the speed of the wildebeest has gone down, but the total number of wildebeest, तो उसका क्या हो रहा है? ये मान लो तुम्हारा एक वो है, क्या कहते हैं, पास है, within 2 there's a ravine over here, okay, and wildebeest are moving in this direction। पहले एक जा रहा था, बहुत तेज स्पीड से जा रहा था, मान लो 100 की स्पीड से जा रहा था, लेकिन पास कितना किया यहाँ से? एक नहीं किया। Okay, now if you have 100, okay, the speed of all of them has gone down, okay, because they cannot move as fast, okay, but what is happening? The total mass of wildebeest that has crossed this ravine, वो कितना हो रहा है?
it's increasing.
It is increasing. So what you are saying, you are trying to confuse those two things. You're not trying to confuse me, but you are confused between those two things. So the conductivity is sort of the total mass of electrons, okay, that can move around. Okay, so that total mass is increasing because the number is increasing, but the speed of each of those particles is going down because your mobility is going down, because the number of collisions that happen between two events. Okay, why is there this thing mu times e क्यों है? vd है ही क्यों? Why is there a drift velocity? अगर मैं sufficient amount of time दूं तो क्या होगा? If I give it sufficient amount of time, what is going to happen to your drift velocity? If there were no collisions,
So it will stabilize, like reach a
no, it will
term.
not stabilize. It will become infinite if there are no collisions. Okay, there will be no mobility. यहाँ पर ये आएगा ही नहीं. It will be e times e by what e into क्या force क्या होती है? E times e over mass. Okay, that will be multiplied by your time. If time is infinite, your velocity will become infinite. Why is there this drift velocity is a finite quantity? Why is that? Because of collisions.
Yes sir.
Okay, so if you increase your collisions, what should happen to your drift velocity?
Net should decrease.
Yeah, so that is what is happening here. I'm increasing the number of collisions. So therefore the mobility is going to, your drift velocity for a particular electric field is going to go down.
Okay sir.
Okay,
Yes.
or you are not satisfied?
So like still like if I'm seeing the whole like electron cloud, मेरे हिसाब से तो sir mobility.
There is no electron cloud. What is the electron cloud? What electron cloud are you talking about?
So मतलब the net of all the electrons, the mobility should remain same.
यार
Individual
Mobility-
घटनी चाहिए.
है?
इंडिविजुअल मोबिलिटी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन घटनी चाहिए बिकॉज उसकी कोलिजन्स बढ़ गए, पर ओवरऑल मुझे सेम ही दिखना चाहिए फ्लो.
क्यों दिखना चाहिए सेम? जब इंडिविजुअल, ओवरऑल किससे बना है? इंडिविजुअल से तो बना है.
बिकॉज
अगर इंडिविजुअल हर एक पार्टिकल जो है स्लोली मूव कर रहा है कंपेयर टू द प्रीवियस टाइम, व्हाई विल द ओवरऑल करंट बी लार्जर?
सर बिकॉज पहले केस में तो आपने बोला कि रैंडमाइज है, तो एक पर्टिकुलर इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए नेट हम 0 मान लेंगे.
जीरो नेट वो तभी होगा जब कोई इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड नहीं है. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड होगी तो जीरो थोड़ी होगा नेट.
ओके सर, ओके.
जब इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड नहीं है तो कोई उसका डायरेक्शन का मूवमेंट का डायरेक्शन कोई फिक्स नहीं होगा. बट वंस यू हैव अप्लाइड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, देयर विल बी अ नेट मूवमेंट इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और ऑपोजिट टू दैट डिपेंडिंग ऑन द चार्ज.
ओके सर, सो इट्स नॉट 0, देन इट्स करेक्ट.
ऑब्वियसली इट इज नॉट जीरो. फिर वरना हमारी ड्रिफ्ट कहाँ से आएगी? ये कहाँ से आया? अगर जीरो होता तो फिर तो कभी आएगा ही नहीं, कुछ मूवमेंट होगा ही नहीं.
ओके सर.
ओके, I think we have already crossed the time. Do you have a class right now or no? Arush? Arush?
Yes, sir. I don't think so. We have a class right now.
Okay, then we'll continue and we'll not have a class on this Saturday. Okay, Saturday को class होने वाली है, हमारी Saturday class नहीं होगी फिर Saturday को, ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
सर एक डाउट
Yeah.
है सर, कभी मींस अगर हम डोपिंग कंसंट्रेशन बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ा दें तो ऐसा
हाँ.
हो सकता है कि कंडक्टिविटी डिक्रीज होने लगे, मतलब म्यू एन इतना छोटा हो जाए कि वो एन को कंपनसेट ना कर पाए.
हाँ, हो सकता है ना. वो इसी एग्जाम्पल में क्या कहते हैं कि तुम्हारे विल्डरबिस्ट फिर जो है मान लो अभी तुमने इसमें से 100 एक साथ जो है 10 पास कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. अब 10 की बजाय तुम 1000 कर दो, 1000 एक साथ आ जाएं तो साहब भिड़ के वहीं पे गिर जाएंगे. So that is possible. So you are right that there is a possibility that because the scattering events may overpower your whole system so much, but usually that does not happen. Okay, for the before that happens, your semiconductor is no longer degenerate and all non-degenerate and all those things happen. Okay, before that can happen, but that is possible if you do it too much. Okay, but before that your system will become an alloy. It will no longer stay silicon. Okay, so for this particular course and for normal semiconductors that does not happen. Okay, is that all right or no? कौन था?
Yes.
Okay. So we are हाँ अब एक चीज़ और है. अब मैं इसमें टेम्परेचर बढ़ा दूँ. Okay, keeping my doping concentration constant, if I increase the temperature, what is going to happen? इस स्कैटरिंग का क्या होगा? अगर मैं टेम्परेचर बढ़ा दूँ तो ये स्कैटरिंग हो रही थी इस इलेक्ट्रॉन की, what the scattering of the electron that I was doing,
Sir, it will reduce.
yeah, okay, so it is going to reduce. Why will it reduce?
Sir, because now electron energy will be comparatively higher, so there मतलब ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा because of.
So if your electron energy is higher, okay, your electron energy is higher, that means your velocity of electron is higher between the two collisions that are happening. Okay, between the two collisions, your average energy of electrons is going to be higher. Okay, so if energy is higher, that means the speed is higher, velocity is higher. So if the initial velocity is higher, the force stays the same. Agar मान लो if these two have the same distance as previously, the force stays the same. Okay, but the velocity is higher. So if this was moving in this direction, this particular force can only do a slight bend, okay, compared to the previous case. Okay, because what happens in this, it is finally the question of velocities. Okay, the two components of velocity, the velocity which is perpendicular to this and the velocity which is parallel to this force. Okay, so the velocity which is perpendicular to this force is very high. Okay, so this is not able to what, or you can think of it in another way. Okay, if your velocity was v1, okay, the velocity of this electron was v1, okay, and the time for which this electron stays in the influence of this particular atom is going to this ion is going to be what? Time क्या होगा? Let us say the length of influence is L. Okay, the length of influence of this particular atom is L. Okay, now what is going to happen to this particular electron? It is going to be under the influence of this particular force. I am making a lot of assumptions, okay, but it is a simplistic explanation. So it will be L over V1. Okay, that is the time for which this force will be acting on this particular electron. Okay, now if I consider, so this is time T1. So T1 is the time for which this force is acting on this particular electron. Now the length is the same, okay, and velocity is different. So T2 is the time that this particular electron is being acted upon by the force of this ion. Okay, so what is going to happen in this particular case? T2 will be what? If V2 is larger than V1, what will happen to T2?
Smaller.
T2 will be smaller, so the time of influence of the force stays the same. Okay, the force, the magnitude of the force is the same. Okay, but the time of influence of that force is going down. Okay, so the total scattering of this particular electron is going to be smaller because the time for which the force acts is smaller. Okay, so as you increase the temperature, in an extrinsic material, if you increase the temperature, you will see that your mobility will become higher. Okay, the mobility becomes higher when you increase the temperature in an extrinsic material. Okay, because the influence, the main reason for what scattering the ions is going down. Okay, the scattering due to ions is going down. Okay, so this particular scattering is called as ionized impurity scattering. Okay, so this particular scattering is called as ionized impurity scattering. The scattering due to ions is called as ionized impurity scattering, and the scattering due to the vibrations is called as lattice scattering. Okay, lattice is just your crystal. Okay, it is arranged. So that is the vibrations of individual atoms that causes lattice scattering, and the ions attracting electrons or holes causes ionized impurity scattering. Okay, so lattice scattering causes mobility to go down as you increase the temperature, whereas if I were to plot, so this is mu L, this is your lattice scattering. Okay, mobility corresponding to lattice scattering, and mu I, okay, which is mobility corresponding to ionized impurity scattering. Okay, so what happens in this case? As you increase the temperature, what happens to your mobility? Mobility का क्या होगा as you increase the temperature?
Sir, here are we considering that lattice scattering has less importance as compared to ionized
No,
scattering?
forget about. Let us say there is no lattice scattering. Let us say that. Okay, when we are plotting this, we are assuming that there is no lattice scattering. Okay, we have forgotten about it completely. It does not exist. It
Sir,
exists,
isn't that
but I am
wrong?
for no. It exists, but only in our mind we are making it non-existent for just a small analysis. Okay, we'll go into both and in a couple of minutes. Okay, so we have turned off, somehow we have a switch by which we turn off lattice scattering. What will happen if we were to talk about mobility due to ionized impurity scattering alone? What is going to happen? It will increase. Okay, mobility due to ionized impurity scattering is going to increase. As you increase the temperature, mobility due to lattice scattering is going to go down. Okay, so now let us talk about what your mean time between collisions. Okay, what will be mean time between collisions? We can say that what mean time between collisions is going to be, let us say lattice scattering corresponds to will be proportional to 1 over mu L, or we can do the opposite, mu L.
Sir,
Is this-
when we are not considering lattice scattering, then also we are taking into account two factors. One of them is that the number increases, so collision increases, and the second one is that the time of influence is less.
Yeah,
And in this, we are considering the second factor to be dominant, and that is why we are
no.
saying that.
Oh, hold on. In this particular case, I am not changing the number of impurities. Okay, I have kept my Na or Nd to be constant. Okay, I am not changing those. When I am talking about a mu I versus T plot. Okay, in mu I versus T plot, I am keeping the number of impurities constant.
So, but
Okay,
it is
I'm
an
not-
extrinsic semiconductor, so the overall impurities, like, they have increased. We have doped it with some of the impurities.
Yeah, forget about that. That we doped it. Okay, our starting point is that we have already doped it. Okay, it is already doped. Now we are considering what is happening once we have already doped it, and we increase the temperature. We are not changing both at the same time.
Okay, so this graph is with respect to that.
Yeah, this graph assumes that Na or Nd is constant. We are not changing that. Whatever we have doped is doped. Now we are increasing the temperature. What is going to happen? Your mobility is going to increase because the number of collisions is going to become smaller. Okay?
Okay.
So your mu L can be thought of as it is inversely proportional to the time between two collisions. Okay? The scattering lifetime. okay, or the mean free time if you want to call it, okay, the mean free time between two collisions, okay, corresponding to the mean free path, okay. I'm giving you a new term, mean free time, okay. So mobility is going to be inversely proportional to 1 over TL, okay. So you can also say, and what about mobility due to ionized impurities? Again, it can be written as 1 over Ti. Okay, it is proportional to 1 over Ti. What is going to happen if we turn on both? अगर दोनों को एक साथ कर दें तो क्या होगा?
So net decrease.
हाँ,
मतलब सर नेट डिक्रीज होगा दोनों, मतलब क्या देखेंगे क्या ज़्यादा डोमिनेंट है, एंड इफेक्टिवली दे विल कैंसिल आउट सम पार्ट.
now if both of them were turned on, what will be your mean free time of collisions? क्या होगा?
So how
Here average,
हाँ,
here
harmonic
average.
what will be the probability of collision? Okay, probability of collision क्या होगी? So probability of collision due to lattice scattering is going to be what? वो क्या होगी? It will be proportional to inverse of time. हाँ या ना? बोलो. What do you think? ये गलत किया है मैंने थोड़ा, मुझे लग रहा है ऊपर वाला.
सर टाइम, अगर टाइम कम होगा मतलब वो कम टाइम के लिए इंटरैक्ट कर रहा है तो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ स्कैटरिंग विल बी लेस.
No, that is not the point. This is the time between collisions. TL is time between two collisions. So if your time is reducing, that means you have more collisions. Now forget about this. Let us think of it a little bit differently. What will be your probability of lattice scattering? वो क्या होगी? It will be 1 over mu. The higher the mobility, lower will be your scattering event. ठीक है, this is probability of lattice scattering. ठीक है, so probability of lattice scattering is going to be 1 over mobility, okay, 1 over mu L. What about Pi? Pi again going to be proportional to 1 over mu I. Higher the mobility, lower is going to be your probability, but it is opposite, means the same thing. Mobility, you can write it the other way also, which is more logical, that mobility is inversely proportional to the probability of collision, okay, but we have उसको हमने उस बाद में उसको interchange कर दिया है, okay. So what will be the probability when both of them are present? जब दोनों present होंगे तो क्या होगा? Let us say that they are independent of each other. Means independent means जो भी तुम्हारा उसका probability का जो भी technical term होता है, okay, they are mutually exclusive or independent, वो सारी चीज़ें हैं. Then let us say that is true. What is going to happen to the probability when both of them are present? Probability of collision.
PL into P1.
PL plus P1, PI. Into क्यों होगा? Plus आएगा ना?
सर दोनों एक साथ होंगे तो मतलब मल्टीप्लाई होता है ना?
किसने कहा? दोनों कंडीशंस एक साथ वो होंगी, क्या कहते हैं, वो तो तुम्हारा वो हो गया ना कि कंडीशनल. हाँ, इस केस में हम यूनियन कर रहे हैं ना, कि दोनों चीज़ें एक साथ. हाँ,
इंटरसेक्शन में प्रोडक्ट करेंगे.
इंटरसेक्शन थोड़ी होगा,
अच्छा,
दोनों में से
union-
कुछ भी हो जाए.
अच्छा यस सर, फिर हम ऐड करेंगे.
दोनों में से कुछ भी हो जाए तो वो हो जाएगा ना, इफेक्ट करेगा ना हमारे सिस्टम को. दोनों को एक साथ होना जरूरी थोड़ी है, वो तो फिर तो ना के बराबर हो जाएगा वो तो प्रोबेबिलिटी.
सर इसमें से फिर माइनस भी करेंगे प्रोडक्ट, मतलब इन दोनों का सम माइनस प्रोडक्ट, अगर यूनियन
माइनस प्रोडक्ट क्यों? प्रोडक्ट तो हम वैसे ही सब्ट्रैक्ट मतलब हटा सकते हैं ना, अगर वो म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव और जो भी तुम्हारे कंडीशंस होती हैं प्रोबेबिलिटी की.
सर मतलब एक साथ नहीं हो सकते क्या PL और PI?
यार वो ना के बराबर होगा ना, यू थिंक अबाउट इट. What is
तो
the
मतलब
the
neglect
Yes,
कर
sir.
सकते
Neglect
हैं.
कर दें.
Okay.
and we can neglect it because the number
Okay.
of number of impurities compared to the number of lattice atoms is 1 in 1 lakh or 1 in 10,000. So we can neglect that.
सर बट
Okay.
पीआई तो मतलब रेडियस होता है ना, कितने रेडियस तक है, तो उसका नंबर से तो इतना फर्क नहीं है. मतलब चाहे नंबर कम भी है तब भी जो फील्ड ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंस होगा वो तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही होगा. तो
हाँ.
हाँ, तो मतलब सर तब भी आप कह रहे हो, मतलब तब भी छोटा ही रहता है ना वैल्यू बहुत एक साथ होने का. मतलब मैं ऐसा कह रहा हूँ कि ऑल्दो वी हैव लेस नंबर ऑफ इम्प्योरिटी, बट स्टिल जो उनका रेडियस होगा दैट विल बी मतलब कंपैरेटिवली लार्जर, तो इन्फ्लुएंस थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही होगा. पर तब भी मतलब कम होगा आपके अकॉर्डिंग, मतलब प्रोडक्ट पीएल
नहीं
इनटू पीआई.
नहीं नहीं, वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन उन इम्प्योरिटीज की वजह से जो लेटेस्ट पार्ट होगा वो तो ना के बराबर होगा ना.
सर
हाँ,
इसका
समझ
मतलब
में
ये
क्या कह
नहीं
रहा
है
हूँ.
क्या कि मतलब लैटिस वाला जो स्कैटरिंग हो रहा है और पीआई दोनों एक साथ हो रहा है. जब वो किसी भी लैटिस के पार्ट से कोलाइड कर रहे हैं तभी उस पे इन्फ्लुएंस भी लग रहा है किसी इम्प्योरिटी का. इसका मतलब ये हो गया अगर हम प्रोडक्ट ले रहे हैं तो उसका मतलब वो नहीं है कि उसी से कोलिजन होना चाहिए जिससे इन्फ्लुएंस हो रहा है. मतलब
लेकिन प्रोडक्ट से
पीएल.
क्यों, प्रोडक्ट
सर
से क्यों
मतलब
सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे हम, मुझे
सर
अभी भी समझ
मतलब
में नहीं आ रहा.
सर एक तरीके से वो वाली कंडीशन हो गई जब मतलब किसी से वो
ये दोनों
लैटिस
ये
स्कैटरिंग
दोनों
भी.
ये दोनों यार ये बताओ, ये दोनों म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव हैं, मतलब इनका आपस में कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. तो अगर ये हो रहा है और ये हो रहा है तो उसको एक दूसरे से कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं है, तो मल्टीप्लिकेशन क्यों करेंगे हम, मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
सर म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव मतलब तो कि दोनों एक साथ नहीं हो सकते कभी भी.
Yes, sir.
क्या?
जो लेना देना नहीं है वो इंडिपेंडेंट होंगे. दे आर इंडिपेंडेंट, तो इनका
हाँ,
इंटरसेक्शन प्रोडक्ट के इक्वल होगा.
हाँ सर.
ये म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव नहीं होंगे, इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स हैं.
म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव का मतलब क्या?
That their intersection is zero. I think मतलब yeah, मैं चेक करता हूँ.
तो वो प्रैक्टिकली यही है ना, practically the intersection is going to be zero, no?
सर वी कैन से वेरी स्मॉल बट नॉट जीरो, मतलब आई गेस.
यार तुम इसको पी आई को, सॉरी, हाँ पी आई को फिर मल्टीप्लाई कर दो 1/10,000 से या 1/100,000 से, क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है उससे. मतलब तुम यार बाल की खाल निकाल रहे हो, सच बता रहा हूँ.
नहीं सर, हम पीआई को पीएल से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे ना.
क्यों करेंगे पीएल से?
सर मतलब जब एक साथ हो रहा है दोनों इवेंट.
तो एक साथ कब, वही तो कह रहा हूँ, एक साथ तो तभी होंगे ना.
सर एक साथ का मतलब जब वो मतलब किसी पार्टिकल से कोलाइड कर रहा है, हो सकता है उस समय कोई और आपका मतलब कोई और इम्प्योरिटी हो जिसकी फील्ड में आ जाए वो फील्ड ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंस में, तो उसका मतलब प्रोबेबिलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा कम तो नहीं होगा. मतलब सर ऐसा कहना चाह रहा हूँ मैं. सर मतलब होता है क्या, वही मुझे कंफर्म करना है, ऐसा कुछ होता है कि पीएल इंटू पीआई बहुत स्मॉल होता है. अगर ऐसा होता है तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
पता नहीं यार, ठीक है चलो, कोई नहीं, हम जीरो मान लेते हैं उसको, ठीक है, तुम्हारी
Sir?
जो भी वो है. या सो योर टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी इज गोइंग टू बी, होल्ड ऑन अ मिनट, इज गोइंग टू बी दिस मच. ठीक है, सो व्हाट विल बी योर नेट मोबिलिटी? I'll come back to you in a moment. What will be your net mobility? It will be 1 by mu. ठीक है, P is 1 over mu. तो okay, P is equal to 1 over mu L plus 1 over mu I. Yeah, who was it? कौन पूछ रहा था?
So at a time, like if you are measuring mu, then sir,
Yeah.
what is that mu? Is it mu L or mu I?
It is mu.
So that's what. If we are considering it like mutually exclusive, then at a point, it can be either mu L or mu I. और अगर बोल रहे कि वो mu है, then it's the harmonic mean. Then उसमें दोनों का इन्फ्लुएंस होगा, तो पहले केस में ही म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव तो उसको बोल नहीं सकते.
क्यों?
So because हमने mu measure किया और हम बोल
हाँ.
रहे हैं कि that is a combination of mu L and mu I, some factor of mu L, some factor of mu I. Then we have assumed it is both of them is there at that point when we are measuring mu.
No,
तो जब
they are not. Means I'm saying that for each individual particle they are mutually exclusive.
तो मतलब जो वो mu measure कर रहे हैं that is neither equal to mu L not equal to mu I also. दोनों की इक्वल,
No.
दोनों का हार्मोनिक मीन का इनवर्स होगा।
नहीं नहीं, हमने हमने मेंटली उसको स्विच ऑफ कर दिया ना, मेंटली हमने म्यू आई को स्विच ऑफ कर दिया जब हम म्यू एल मेजर कर रहे हैं। एक एक हमारे पास जादू की छड़ी है, उससे हम लोग म्यू आई को टर्न ऑफ कर सकते हैं जब हम म्यू एल मेजर कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। सिमिलरली हमने जादू की छड़ी से जब म्यू आई मेजर कर रहे हैं म्यू एल को ऑफ कर दिया।
तो सर जो हम म्यू जो मतलब जो म्यू है जो मेजर कर रहे हैं मतलब एक्सपेरिमेंटली, वो है क्या? वो म्यू एल है, म्यू आई है, कि दोनों नहीं है, कि दोनों है?
वो म्यू, जब हमने म्यू एल को ऑफ कर दिया तो म्यू आई है, जब म्यू आई को ऑफ कर दिया तो म्यू एल है, और जब दोनों को ऑन कर दिया तो म्यू है।
सर जब दोनों को ऑन कर दिया
तब
वो-
म्यू है।
ये फॉर्मूला तो आएगा ही नहीं, क्योंकि फिर प्रोबेबिलिटी में माइनस उनका मल्टीप्लिकेशन भी तो होगा।
नहीं, म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव है ना, तो क्यों होगा?
एक्सक्लूसिव तो तब है जब एक को ऑफ किया और एक को ऑन किया, और जब दोनों
नहीं
है,
नहीं नहीं नहीं, एक पार्टिकल पे एक ही चीज हो सकती है, तो म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव हो गया ना, क्यों नहीं होगा?
तो वही मैं बोल रही हूँ, जो म्यू मेजर कर रहे हैं मतलब एट रियल टाइम एक्सपेरिमेंटली, वो म्यू है, वो तो दोनों का होगा ना, म्यू एल और म्यू आई का। ऐसे हमने जादू से मतलब किसी को ऑफ तो नहीं कर दिया है।
लेकिन एनालिसिस में तो कर ही रहे हैं हम ये बस बात ही क्यों कर रहे हैं?
सब सर ये फॉर्मूला हमेशा के लिए वैलिड होगा।
ठीक है।
तो जब मैं रियल टाइम में मेजर कर रही हूँ म्यू, एक्सपेरिमेंटली मेजर कर रही हूँ म्यू,
हाँ
वो म्यू होना चाहिए इनवर्स ऑफ हार्मोनिक म्यू, मतलब 1 by म्यू आई प्लस 1 by म्यू एल का इनवर्स।
ठीक है।
तो वो ये तब मैं कंसिडर कर रही हूँ जब वो इनिशियली म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव थे, क्योंकि फॉर्मूला वैसे ही आया है, P इक्वल्स टू प्लस पी आई आया है। और मैं मान रही हूँ म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव थे, तो म्यू एल और म्यू आई साथ में हो ही नहीं सकते उस वक्त।
ठीक है, तो
वो किसी एक के ही इक्वल होगा।
नहीं, एक पार्टिकल के लिए एक्सक्लूसिव है ना, तो क्या परेशानी है उसमें? एक पार्टिकल का कुछ हो गया, एक पार्टिकल का अगर आयनाइज्ड इंप्योरिटी स्कैटरिंग हो गई तो उसकी लैटिस स्कैटरिंग हम कंसीडर नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें क्या परेशानी है?
सर मतलब एक पार्टिकल एक टाइम पे एक ही चीज करेगा, पर जब पूरे लैटिस की बात करेंगे तो उसमें अलग अलग पार्टिकल अलग अलग चीज कर सकते हैं। मतलब
हाँ,
वो
ठीक है।
म्यू एल भी कर सकते हैं और म्यू आई भी कर सकते हैं, इस वजह से हम दोनों टर्म ले रहे हैं, बस यही तो बात है।
हाँ, क्या परेशानी है इसमें?
तो इसमें
जब हम
confusion सही तो है सब कुछ।
मतलब मुझे यार सच में बड़ा परेशानी हो रही है, तुम लोग जो है कुछ ज़्यादा मैथमेटिक्स में जा रहे हो, इतनी बड़ी बात है नहीं, बाहर में जाने दो यार। तो वो अगर ये है भी तो भी इसको हम नेग्लिजिबल मान रहे हैं, ठीक है। और तुम उसकी कैलकुलेशन करना चाहते हो तो कर लेना और मुझे बता देना क्या होगी, ठीक है। लेकिन म्यू आई और जब पी आई और पी एल भी करते हैं तो डोंट बी कंसिडर दैट फॉर अ स्पेसिफिक पार्टिकल ही होना चाहिए पी आई और पी एल। मतलब जब उसका पी आई हो गया तो पी एल की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होगी, यही है ना इसका मतलब, या नहीं है?
नहीं सर, सब इसमें कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं सर। जैसे कि हम जो P लिख रहे हैं तो उसमें
हाँ।
हम बोल रहे हैं कि वो दो इवेंट्स का होगा, मतलब A और B इवेंट्स है तो हम प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ A यूनियन B लिख रहे हैं।
हाँ,
तो अब A यूनियन B की प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ A प्लस प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ B माइनस प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ A इंटरसेक्शन B होगी।
अच्छा
पर अब आपने सीधा
अच्छा,
कह दिया
हाँ
कि
ठीक है, वेरी वेरी गुड, थैंक यू। सो पी ऑफ ए यूनियन बी इज इक्वल टू, तुम रोज मेरे रेस्क्यू के लिए आ जाते हो भाई, मानव ही हो ना? हाँ,
yes,
पी ए पी बी प्लस पी ए इंटरसेक्शन बी। तुम लोग यही कंफ्यूज कर रहे हो, पी ए इंटरसेक्शन बी को पी ए इंटू पी बी लिख रहे हो, ये लिख रहे हो ना तुम?
yes,
संजना,
sir,
कौन-
आपने कह दिया कि A इंटरसेक्शन भी हो ही नहीं सकता, मतलब एक एलिमेंट
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि ए इंटरसेक्शन बी जीरो है, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए इंटरसेक्शन बी जीरो है, तो ये हो गया ना?
सर वही मैं बोल रहा था कि मतलब ऐसा पर होना नहीं चाहिए ना इंटरसेक्शन जीरो। आपने वैसे बोल दिया पर लॉजिकली तो नहीं होगा, मैं ऐसा बोल रहा था। मतलब आपने उससे वो तो क्लियर कर ही दिया था, वही मैं कह रहा था कि हम ऐसा जीरो ही मान रहे हैं ना, उससे वही मुझे कंफर्म करना था कि लॉजिकली
यार वही
नहीं
मैं कह रहा
होना
हूँ,
चाहिए, क्योंकि हम
तुम
किसी
कैलकुलेट
particle
कर
को
लेना,
ऐसा-
तुम
हाँ,
कैलकुलेट
तो
कर
मतलब
लेना
वही-
और मुझे बता देना।
वो मुश्किल है, इसलिए फिर सर मैंने बोला नहीं। आपने जब बोला कि वो मतलब मुश्किल हो जाएगा तो मैंने इसलिए छोड़ दिया था।
मतलब और तुम लॉजिकली भी सोचो यार, कोई इतनी ज़्यादा वो है नहीं, तुम्हें जितना लग रहा है इतना ज़्यादा प्रोबेबिलिटी उसकी है नहीं।
हेलो
और
सर।
क्योंकि हाँ
सर मतलब मुझे भी लगता है कि 0 होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ओवरऑल जो आयन है वो भी तो लैटिस में ही प्लेस्ड है, तो अगर लैटिस से करेगा तब लैटिस से करेगा, वरना आयन से करेगा तो साथ में तो नहीं करेगा दोनों से, तो इंटरसेक्शन तो 0 ही होना चाहिए मतलब, क्योंकि
नहीं, उसकी
आयन भी तो
वैसे टेक्निकली बोले तो नहीं होगा यार, क्योंकि दोनों चीज़ें एक साथ भी हो सकती हैं। बात तो उनकी सही है, जो कौन बोल रहा है, रुद्राक्ष,
तो
रुद्राक्ष जो बोल रहा है वो पॉसिबल है, लेकिन वो नेग्लिजिबल है, ये मान लो यार, ठीक है।
और सर वैसे भी लैटिस स्कैटरिंग जो होगी वो मैकेनिकल फोर्सेस के कारण होगी, और
हाँ।
जो आयनाइजेशन स्कैटरिंग होगी वो इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्सेस के कारण होगी, तो वो
हाँ ठीक
वैसे
है।
भी उस ऑर्डर बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं, तो मतलब एक टाइम पे एक का इन्फ्लुएंस होगा, यदि दोनों होंगे भी तो एक टाइम पे फोर्स मान लो इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक कारण कोई 1000 न्यूटन लग रहा है और मैकेनिकल कारण 1 न्यूटन 2 न्यूटन लग रहा है, तो हम तब भी उसको इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक वाला ही बोलेंगे, आयनाइजेशन वाला।
मैं वो बात से भी अग्री करता हूँ तुम्हारी। क्या कहते हैं, अगर तुम्हारा जैसे ये तुम्हारा लैटिस है, ठीक है, ये हमारा आयनाइज्ड इम्प्योरिटी है पॉजिटिव, ठीक है। सो मुझे लगता है कि इसके आयनाइज्ड इम्प्योरिटी के आसपास वाले जो एटम्स हैं केवल वहीं पर तुम्हारे दोनों चीज़ें कंपैरेबल आएंगी, ठीक है ना। जो अगर आसपास वाले वो होंगे, या तो ये है या फिर मतलब उसके आसपास वाले एटम्स पे ही जब तुम्हारा कोलिजन, मतलब जब इलेक्ट्रॉन वहाँ से जा रहा होगा तभी जो है कंपैरेबल हो सकती है, वरना मोस्ट लाइकली तुम्हारा लैटिस स्कैटरिंग डोमिनेट करेगा अगर वो उससे दूर है थोड़ा सा, और या फिर पास है तो तुम्हारा आयनाइज्ड इम्प्योरिटी वो करेगा। तो जब उसके आसपास वाले एटम्स में होगा तभी एक पॉसिबिलिटी है, तो वो भी बहुत कम चांस है ना यार। तुम सोचो 1 in 1 लाख, 1 in 1 लाख की बजाय 10 in 10, 10 in 1 लाख हो जाएगा।
सर मतलब ऐसा इंटरप्रेट कर सकते हैं क्या कि अपन ने सबका पहले लेटेस्ट निकाल लिया और फिर सबका आयनाइज निकाल लिया और फिर दोनों को ऐड कर दिया?
नहीं, करने को तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ये बताओ ये पॉसिबल है करना वो भी बात है ना। हम कोई मॉडल बना रहे हैं तो थोड़ी अपनी ज़िंदगी आसान बनाना चाहते हैं। अब तुमने मेरे को इतना वो कर दिया, क्या कहते हैं, खैर अच्छी बात है, मैं बहुत खुश हूँ इस बात से कि तुम लोग इतना सोच रहे हो और तुम लोगों को इतनी प्रोबेबिलिटी आती है।
अल्टीमेटली तो ये फोर्स ही अप्लाई करेंगे ना, तो फोर्स तो वेक्टर होता है, तो एक बार मतलब एक टाइप का निकाल लो, दूसरी बार दूसरी टाइप का निकाल लो और फिर उनको नेट कर दो।
यार हम जो है इसको क्वांटिटेटिवली बोल रहे हैं, बट फाइनली म्यू आई को मेजर कर सकते हैं हम, है संजना? म्यू आई को मेजर कर सकते हैं?
नहीं सर, वो नेट ही मिलेगा
इंडिविजुअली तो ऐसे कहीं म्यू आई और म्यू एल को नहीं कर सकते, हमारे पास सिर्फ म्यू ही आएगी।
हाँ, तो वही कह रहा हूँ, ये खाली एक हम मॉडल बना रहे थे, तुम लोगों ने मुझे प्रोबेबिलिटी में पता नहीं कहाँ फंसा दिया, मेरे को नहीं बताना चाहिए था।
मैं वही बोल रही हूँ कि सर जो हम अगर सिर्फ म्यू आई कर रहे हैं या म्यू एल कर रहे हैं, सपोज मैं मान लिया सिर्फ म्यू आई है या म्यू एल है, तब तो ठीक है, म्यू एल के लिए वो डिक्रीज करेगा और म्यू आई के लिए वो इंक्रीज करेगा।
हाँ
ठीक है, पर जब दोनों साथ में एक्ट कर रहे हैं तब एक माइनस वाला फैक्टर आएगा ना, क्योंकि म्यू एल और म्यू आई का सम से हल्का कम होगा हमारे क्योंकि एक डिक्रीज कर रहा है,
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं,
इंक्रीज कर रहा है।
चलो कोई बात नहीं, बहुत हो गया ये, लेकिन पॉइंट ये है कि ये जो है तुम्हारा वो आ गया म्यू आई, म्यू इज व्हाट, ज्योमेट्रिक मीन ऑफ म्यू एल एंड नॉट ज्योमेट्रिक, हार्मोनिक मीन ऑफ म्यू एल and म्यू आई. Mu is the harmonic mean of those two quantities. So finally, what happens when both of them are present, okay, lattice scattering as well as ionized impurity scattering are present, what can we do? क्या कह सकते हैं हम? And if you were to plot this with respect to temperature, mu versus T, initially what is going to happen as you increase the temperature? Now we are talking about an extrinsic material, okay, an extrinsic material where Na or Nd, your doping concentration is constant, okay, I'm not changing that, but I'm considering both. Not only the ionized impurity scattering, I am also considering my lattice scattering. Okay, if I were to plot this, it will look something like this. Okay, initially when you increase the temperature, this the extrinsic part, the ionized impurity scattering, is initially dominant part. Okay, so in this region, your ionized impurity scattering dominates, and in this region, your lattice scattering dominates. Okay, when your temperature is quite small, okay, you will have your ionized impurity scattering, your ions which play a lot of a significant role. Your initially when your material is extrinsic, your ions cause a lot of scattering. Okay, so if you increase the temperature, your ionized impurity scattering goes down, so your mobility goes up. But once you reach a significant amount, significantly high temperature, what happens in that case? Your atoms start vibrating very heavily, and in that case your mobility goes down because of highly increased lattice scattering. Okay, so that was the goal of this whole thing. Remember, so I don't know too much probability, and probably I agree with all of your points, but finally ये निकालेंगे कहाँ से PI और PL, तो उनको मल्टीप्लाई भी कहाँ से करेंगे? मतलब it is a little bit, but it is not very difficult to understand that both of them happening at the same time is going to be a very small quantity. Okay.
सर ये 1/μ इक्वल
सर
टू
जो हमारा म्यू नेट है वो
एक सेकंड रुद्राक्ष को बोलने दो पहले. रुद्राक्ष नाम बोलो, क्या कह रहे थे?
तो 1/μ वाला जो फॉर्मूला लिखा है सर, तो ये एक्चुअली हम लगाते हैं क्या न्यूमेरिकल में, जो ऐसा कुछ मतलब, या फिर ये मतलब सर आपने बस समझाने के लिए
मतलब हाँ
लिखा है
यार,
कि दोनों
न्यूमेरिकल में तो तुम कुछ भी कर लो, लेकिन सच्चाई में ये म्यू आई कहाँ से निकालोगे, म्यू एल कहाँ से निकालोगे, वो भी बात है.
हाँ
हम तुम्हें दे
सर
सकते,
वही मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, मतलब ऐसा क्वेश्चन में हमें गिवन ऐसा कुछ होता है कभी कभार कि हमें म्यू ऐसा निकालना रहे.
पता नहीं, मुझे याद नहीं, लेकिन मतलब हो सकता है कोई बुक में हो एक आध दो क्वेश्चन इस टाइप के, मुझे याद नहीं, हो सकता है.
मतलब आपने तो ये खाली ग्राफ पर्पस से बताया है ना, मतलब ग्राफ
मतलब हाँ, see this whole thing is a qualitative description, not a quantitative description in the precise sense. Okay.
ओके सर.
Anybody else? Yeah, Manav, you had a question.
सर जो म्यू नेट है हमारा वो तो म्यू एल प्लस होगा ना?
क्या म्यू, क्या दोबारा बोलो.
सर म्यू नेट हमारा जो है उसको
आवाज कट रही है तुम्हारी.
म्यू एल प्लस म्यू आई लिख सकते हैं ना?
नहीं है ना, ये है ना 1/μ इज इक्वल टू 1/μ प्लस 1/μ. म्यू
Okay.
you are saying that this is this, but this cannot be true. No, what is happening in this case? Your mobility is increasing when both of them are acting at the same time. That is not possible. No, mobility means that your collisions are decreasing. Collisions are not going to decrease, collisions are going to increase. So that is why we are adding those probabilities. Okay, your collisions due to lattice scattering and ionized impurity scattering, if both of them are present at the same time, are going to be higher than either of those two. Okay, anybody else has a question?
सर एक्सट्रिंसिक में एक फैक्टर हमने जो काउंट किया था वो ये था कि स्पीड अगर इंक्रीज हो गई है तो वो जो इन्फ्लुएंस टाइम है वो कम हो गया.
हाँ,
तो वो इंट्रिंसिक में भी तो होगा ही, मतलब टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करने से स्पीड इंक्रीज होगी और फिर मतलब कोलिजन के लिए जो इफेक्टिव टाइम होगा वो कम होगा.
बट उसमें कोलिजन दूसरे तरीके से हो रहे हैं ना, इसमें कोलिजन दूसरे तरीके से हो रहे हैं, उसमें दूसरे तरीके से हो रहे हैं. देखिए, उसमें कोलिजन हो रहा है, इसके जो ये तुम्हारा एटम वाइब्रेट कर रहा है, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन आ रहा है, ठीक है, इलेक्ट्रॉन इज कमिंग. ओके, and it is going to be affected by this. Okay, उस केस में in case of ionized impurity scattering, your electron was moving in a direction which was not directly in the path of your ion. Okay, it was not directly in the path of your ion. So this force is very different from the force that will be in the mechanical force that this electron will experience in case of lattice scattering. Do you agree or no?
यस सर, पर मतलब ये भी तो हम कैसे ही कह सकते हैं कि इस केस में जो मतलब ये पॉजिटिव आयन है इसके पाथ में नहीं होगा और उस केस में वो जिससे वो कोलिजन करने वाला है वो उसके डायरेक्ट से पाथ में होगा.
You try to imagine what is the probability. See, the one this ion is going to be present 1 in 1 lakh. Okay, out of 1 lakh atoms, you have one ion. What is the probability that this electron is going to be in direct path of this? What do you think about that? It's going to be negligible, no?
Yes, sir.
So most of the influence of these electrons is going to be through far field effects. Okay, not close to it. Okay, whereas most of these collisions are going to be the close field effects. So the atom has to be in physical proximity of your electron. Okay, that is the most important thing. Here, not here. Here it will be negligible effect. The exact means that this electron is in the direct path of this ion. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anybody else has a question?
हेलो
Yeah.
सर, ये जो आपने बनाया है ग्राफ फाइनली एक्सट्रिंसिक का, ये मतलब हाई डोपिंग के लिए है ना, मतलब ठीक ठाक डोपिंग हो?
हाँ, obviously, reasonable amount of doping. If your doping is very, very small, then ionized impurity scattering will play practically no role. If your doping is small.
मींस
Yeah, this
आयनाइज्ड
is
पार्टिकल्स तो इंट्रिंसिक में भी है, लेकिन कम है काफी, तो मतलब अब जब ठीक ठाक डोपिंग है तब ये वाला ग्राफ आ जाएगा, वरना इंट्रिंसिक वाला ही आएगा।
intrinsic में कहाँ है ionized particles?
सर मतलब जो इलेक्ट्रॉन आ रहा है वो किसी उससे ही आ रहा है, सिलिकॉन एटम ही अगर चार्ज्ड है तो वो भी तो आयनाइज्ड ही एक तरीके से।
Yeah, you can think of it that way. That's all right. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
But yeah. Anyway, that is more negligible than that. Okay, because if you look at it in intrinsic, you have 1 in 10 to power 12. Okay, so it is almost
सर
negligible.
इंट्रिंसिक में Ni चार्ज पार्टिकल्स होंगे, मतलब
और क्या?
Ni इलेक्ट्रॉन आ रहे हैं तो,
हाँ.
और यहाँ
तो
पर
10 to
N into P है तो N यहाँ बढ़ते जाएगा तो फिर ऑफ कोर्स ज्यादा होंगे। Yes, sir.
So in this you have 1 in 10 to power 5. In that case, you have 1 in 10 to power 12. It is negligible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay, so one final thing that we'll cover today. तुम लोग दूसरे घंटे का कुछ ज़्यादा काम होने नहीं देते हो। पिछली बार भी ऐसा ही हुआ, लेकिन बढ़िया है। It is good that you are asking so many questions. So if you keep on increasing your electric field, it does not mean that your velocity is going to keep on increasing. That does not happen in this real world. Okay, almost no response is the same as stimulus for all range of values. Okay, that happens in this case also. As you keep on increasing your electric field, initially velocity increases at the same rate as your electric field. Okay, but slowly the rate of increase becomes smaller, and finally you get, or Vd max if you want to call it. Okay, this is the maximum velocity that is going to obtain. Okay, once you keep on increasing the electric field, and this is called as the saturation velocity. Okay, इसकी वैल्यू कितनी होती है? Let me look at that. Yeah, for the mobility, I'll write a couple more things. That mobility L, उसका again numerical models लोगों ने बना रखे हैं, and mu I is your impurity concentration divided by, or not impurity concentration, T to the power 3 by 2 divided by Ni. Okay, this is your models that people have made with respect to temperature for mobility due to ionized impurity scattering and mobility due to lattice scattering. So for silicon, this is VD max is of the order of 10 to power 7 centimeter per second. Okay, for silicon. So even if you increase the electric field as much as you want, you'll never go. Your average velocity of electrons is not going to be larger than 10 to the power 7 centimeter per second. Okay. So that is all we have for today. If you have one or two questions, I'll answer those, or I will stop. Arush, did you get any email from the lab teachers?
Any email from the lab? I saw one email like yesterday, when the one you sent them or something.
Okay, you did not receive any from them?
I'll check it once again, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So you can contact them directly and ask
Yes, sir,
what.
sir. Yes, sir, I have.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So labs will be conducted virtually. I don't know what lab that is, but in whatever we have to do, we have to do. So please, if you have any questions in any of the experiments, I can answer those also if in the tutorial sessions, the ones we have on Monday from 12 to 1. Okay, so if you have any doubts in understanding any of the experiments, I can answer those also. Okay.
Okay.
So you can ask that. Anybody else has a question?
सर वो कैपिटल Ni क्या है भाई? नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स.
You guess. You tell me.
Nd means doping जितने की है.
Or Na. Ni.
Yes.
Okay.
Got.
That is the impurity concentration. I stands for impurity. Anybody else?
Sir?
Yeah.
सर ये वेलोसिटी में सैचुरेशन आने का रीजन क्या है?
क्या है? कोलिजन्स इतने ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं कि तुम्हारी वेलोसिटी ज़्यादा बढ़ नहीं पाती.
म्यू एल इक्वल्स टू म्यू आई है.
इसमें म्यू आई का कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं है. ये इंट्रिंसिक में भी हो जाता है.
ओके.
म्यू आई से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है इसका. हम इम्प्योरिटीज़ की बात ही नहीं कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर. जनरल एक उसकी बात कर रहे हैं.
Okay, sir.
Obviously, this is for intrinsic. Obviously, if you include impurities, then obviously this is going to be even smaller than that. Your saturation velocity will be even smaller. Okay.
सर.
Yeah.
सर मुझे मतलब एक पुराने टॉपिक में डाउट था, वो एक्सेस कैरियर वाले.
Go ahead.
मतलब सर हमने सब जब एक्सेस कैरियर का बात किया था, सो वी वर सेइंग दैट डेल्टा एन इक्वल टू डेल्टा पी, वो वाला था ना.
Yeah.
तो सर मतलब इसके अंदर सर वी हैव लाइक प्रोड्यूस एक्सेस कैरियर by some external force earlier, we don't care that how.
Yeah.
So sir, but is that generation always band to band? मतलब like it has to be band to band, no? Otherwise मतलब
नहीं. Even if you, let us say that you have a trap level over here, okay, and what this trap does is that it extracts an electron from here and it becomes negatively charged. Okay, and then this trap, after some time, it loses this electron and that electron goes into my conduction band. So how it happens, it does not really matter, but finally you have generated an electron and a hole pair. Okay, see, please try to yeah.
Sir, can we take an example like we have a semiconductor and we have a current flowing through it initially.
Yeah.
So like you said ki flux matlab may not be same, like incoming and outgoing flux might be different. So I am considering that the outgoing flux is less than the incoming one. So
no, then that is not called as generation.
No, sir, matlab I am just talking about excess carrier will be there more. Like,
yeah, excess carriers can be different. That is not always the case that excess carriers are going to be the same at all times. But this is if we are doing generation, then that has to happen.
Yeah, sir, I am asking just about excess carrier, that where in the lecture which we have discussed about excess carrier. So there were we considering that initially also the delta N and delta P were equal, like they were also made by band to band generation only.
Okay.
Otherwise. Sir, otherwise, like in this case, in which I am telling that because of flux.
Then in other cases, yeah, that is not necessarily the case. See, if somehow you could create only delta P, then obviously it will not be equal to delta N initially. but after some time they have to be sort of become equal, because otherwise your electric field will be so high that you will not be able to, your semiconductor will not be able to handle anything. Okay, your electric field have to be neutralized out. So the delta P and delta N, after if you give it sufficient amount of time, they have to sort of become equal. Okay, but we'll get into that a little bit later on, more details of that later on when we're talking about PN junctions. Okay, which is our next chapter, which will start from next
So
time.
the equation that we wrote, that d of del n by dt equal
Yeah.
to it was about tau, मतलब क्या सर वो
हाँ, ठीक है.
मतलब tau वाला जो इक्वेशन था.
हाँ.
तो सर मतलब वो अगर इनिशियली मतलब हमने खाली p दिया है तो
हाँ.
will it be different, and after that once they will become constant, after that we can write that equation. मतलब initially
Yeah,
जैसे
obviously,
delta-
obviously that equation is not valid when the disturbance has initially started and your delta P is not equal to delta N. Obviously that equation is not valid at that time.
Yes sir, so सर मतलब उस टाइम तक कौन सा इक्वेशन लगता है? Is there some another different
नहीं
equation?
नहीं, उससे पहले वाली जो इक्वेशंस थी उनको सॉल्व करना मुश्किल होता है बस. जो इंडिपेंडेंट इक्वेशंस थी दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन और होल के लिए, दोनों अप्लाई कर दो.
ओके सर, मतलब एक बार फिर वो कई कॉमन उस पे आएंगे पॉइंट पे, उसके बाद से फिर वो वाली
उसके बाद से तुम ये वाली एम्बीपोलर वाली इक्वेशन अप्लाई कर सकते हो. ये
तो
हमारी
सर ऐसा
जिंदगी
बोलिए जो-
ये हमारी जिंदगी आसान बना देती है, इसलिए करते हैं हम, वरना तो
सर मतलब-
एक्यूरेट तो वही है दूसरी वाली.
तो सर ऐसा
More
होगा ना,
accurate.
मतलब स्टार्टिंग में कि जो ज्यादा होगा वो बहुत ज्यादा तेजी रेट से गिरेगा और फिर दोनों इक्वल हो जाएंगे.
हाँ हाँ,
उसके बाद
ऑब्वियसली. हाँ.
ओके सर.
एनीबडी एल्स? वो भी तुम्हारा जो आखिरी पॉइंट है वो भी मुझे थोड़ा वैलिड नहीं लग रहा है. तुम जो कह रहे हो ना, जो ज़्यादा होगा वो ज़्यादा तेज़ी से गिरेगा, वो गिरेगा कैसे? उसको भी तो उन्हीं से रिकम्बाइन करना है. हाँ, समझ में? रिकम्बाइन वो भी इतना स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड नहीं है, थोड़ा
but-
कॉम्प्लेक्स है. अपने माइंड को
सर,
थोड़ा
but
वो
फिर
करना
तो
पड़ेगा.
मतलब
हाँ.
कोई चार्ज न्यूट्रलिटी तो बहुत मुश्किल होगा शायद, मेरे हिसाब से कुछ एक्स्ट्रा चार्ज हमेशा रहेगा ही. मतलब नेट चार्ज, क्योंकि इनिशियली जब डेल्टा हमारा एक ज्यादा है तो उसका मतलब है कि नेट पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव चार्ज होगा कुछ सेमीकंडक्टर में.
नहीं,
अगर मैं
उसको
ऐसा-
जो उस सिचुएशन को आने में बहुत टाइम लगेगा. जो वो वाली सिचुएशन है ना, जहाँ पर तुम्हारी चार्ज न्यूट्रलिटी आ जाए, उसमें बहुत टाइम लगेगा फिर.
हाँ सर, मतलब मुझे वही समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि वहां तक कैसे आएगी, तो वो मुझे वही दिक्कत होती
इफ यू
है.
देखो, नंबर मत पूछना मेरे से, ठीक है? क्वालिटेटिवली वी कैन डिस्कस दैट थिंग, दैट लेट अस से यू हैव अ सेमीकंडक्टर in which you let us say it is n type, okay, and you have somehow created a lots of delta p over here, ठीक है? delta p 0. अब क्या होगा इसका? somehow you have created a lot of delta p.
सर इट विल डिफ्यूज.
नो, बट उसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा तुम्हें, वरना ये चार्ज न्यूट्रल नहीं होगा ये सिस्टम.
सर हाँ, तो चार्ज न्यूट्रल होना जरूरी है क्या?
हाँ है.
सर मतलब जरूरी नहीं है ना, वही क्योंकि हमने इनिशियली कुछ
नहीं
मतलब
इंडिविजुअल रीजन्स को चार्ज न्यूट्रल होना जरूरी नहीं है, लेकिन पूरे सिस्टम को चार्ज न्यूट्रल होना तो जरूरी है.
सर पर वो तो इनिशियली तो नहीं है ना, मतलब चार्ज न्यूट्रल तो है ही नहीं. जब मैंने एक
तो
बार
वही कह रहा हूँ,
external
वो हो ही नहीं सकता. जो ये चीज़ है ना, वो उसके बिना हो ही नहीं सकती है, क्योंकि तुम्हें इलेक्ट्रॉन्स उसके साथ साथ ऐड करने ही पड़ेंगे. जो तुम्हारा अगर तुम इधर से ऐड नहीं करोगे तो ये जिस पॉइंट पर आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड से कनेक्टेड है वहाँ पर वो अटैच वहाँ से आ जाएंगे.
सर वो तो हमने हटा दिया ना, मतलब पहले हमारा ऐसा था कि दिस सेमीकंडक्टर वाज कनेक्टेड टू अ वायर
Yeah.
व्हिच करंट वाज फ्लोइंग. ठीक है सर. तो
नहीं, लेकिन
there we were-
अगर तुमने इस टेबल पर भी, यहाँ पर टेबल नहीं दिख रही है वैसे तुम्हें, ये रही, देखना चाहते हो तो तो अगर इस टेबल पे भी रख दोगे तो क्या होगा? क्या होगा बताओ? assuming that the table is conducting.
सर मतलब हाँ, वही कुछ इनकमिंग फ्लक्स आएगा, कुछ आउटगोइंग होगा.
नहीं, जैसे ही तुम पॉजिटिव चार्जेस यहाँ पे ऐड कर दोगे, ये टेबल जो है इसको नेगेटिव चार्जेस सप्लाई कर देगी. सो ऑलमोस्ट नेवर इन दिस वर्ल्ड इज अ सिस्टम नॉट इलेक्ट्रिकली न्यूट्रल, द होल सिस्टम. ओके, अ सेमीकंडक्टर हमेशा इलेक्ट्रिकली न्यूट्रल होता है. तो तुम जब डेल्टा पी ऐड करोगे तो डेल्टा एन कहीं और से आना ही पड़ेगा. वो डेल्टा एन तुम्हारे सिस्टम सप्लाई कर देगा. है समझ में?
अच्छा मतलब सर, अच्छा ठीक है, मतलब
ठीक है?
समझ तो आ रहा
तो मतलब जो अपना एक्सिस के एरियाज हैं वो इनिशियल कंसंट्रेशन पर डिपेंड ही क्यों करेगा, क्योंकि मतलब अपन तो वो देख रहे हैं ना कि टाइम इक्वल टू 0 के बाद कितने एक्स्ट्रा प्रोड्यूस हुए उनको बोलते हैं ना अपन तो एक्सिस के एरियाज।
हाँ,
तो मतलब उसको क्या मतलब कि टाइम 0 पे अपन ने पी मतलब ज्यादा होल्स थे या ज्यादा वो थे इलेक्ट्रॉन, तो वो तो मतलब सेम ही प्रोड्यूस
बात कुछ
होंगे ना उसके बाद।
नहीं, गोपाल भाई कुछ और बात हो रही है। बात ये हो रही है कि अगर हम डेल्टा पी यहाँ पर डालेंगे, किसी तरीके से हमने डाल दिए, ठीक है, अगर हमने डेल्टा पी यहाँ पर किसी तरीके से डाल दिए तो हमें डेल्टा एन इक्वल यहाँ से कहीं ना कहीं से क्रिएट आने पड़ेंगे, क्योंकि ये सिस्टम इलेक्ट्रिकली न्यूट्रल होना चाहिए, ठीक है। और न्यूट्रल नहीं रहेगा तो क्या होगा, मान लो जिस टेबल पे रखा हुआ है, जिस भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे वो रखा हुआ है, वहाँ से वो इलेक्ट्रिकली न्यूट्रल हो जाएगा, वहाँ से कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग ऑपोजिट चार्जेस आ जाएंगे, ठीक है। अगर तुमने पॉजिटिव डाले तो नेगेटिव आ जाएंगे, नेगेटिव डाले तो पॉजिटिव आ जाएंगे।
सर खाली थर्मल इक्विलिब्रियम का मतलब ये नहीं होता क्या कि बाकी कहीं से भी कुछ वो नहीं है, मतलब इंटरेक्शन?
टेम्परेचर का इंटरेक्शन है ना
सर हाँ, तो सर मतलब टेम्परेचर
तो ये कहाँ से आया, ये कहाँ से आया, डेल्टा पी कहाँ से आया? वो भी तो बाहर से आया है।
सर मतलब आपने ऐसा बोला था जब हम एक्सेस कैरियर की बात कर रहे थे कि लाइक इनिशियली हमने कुछ मतलब इक्विलिब्रियम पहले इनिशियली हटाया, कुछ मतलब नॉन इक्विलिब्रियम में डाला, उससे कुछ जनरेट हुआ, आफ्टर दैट हमने इसको पूरा इक्विलिब्रियम में कर दिया है। पर
तो इक्विलिब्रियम का ये मतलब, तो इक्विलिब्रियम का मतलब ये थोड़ी है कि वो चार्ज न्यूट्रल नहीं होगा। इक्विलिब्रियम का एक कंपोनेंट ये भी है कि वो चार्ज न्यूट्रल है।
अच्छा सर, ये भी है क्या सर, मतलब खाली थर्मल इक्विलिब्रियम नहीं है क्या?
थर्मल इक्विलिब्रियम का पार्ट ये भी है कि वो चार्ज न्यूट्रल है।
सर मतलब इसका आइडिया नहीं था, वो मतलब ये डिस्कस नहीं हुआ था शायद, जितना मुझे
नहीं, लेकिन मैं तुम्हारी बात को समझ रहा हूँ, मैं ऐसा नहीं है तुम्हारी बात को नहीं समझ रहा हूँ, लेकिन डेल्टा पी जब तुम ऐड करोगे तो ऐसा, तो वो आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड से हमारा कनेक्टेड तो है ही ना टेम्परेचर के थ्रू, या इवन उस पर क्या कहते हैं हमारा जो सिस्टम पे रखा हुआ है। और अगर तुम नहीं करते हो, मान लो तुमने नहीं करा, मान लो तुमने इसको इंसुलेटिंग मटेरियल पे रखा हुआ है कि वो कोई कुछ आ ही नहीं सकता, तो भी तुम एनालिसिस कर सकते हो, कोई रोक थोड़ी रहा है। बस तुम वो वाली इक्वेशन नहीं लगा सकते, एम्बीपोलर वाली, तुम जो नॉर्मल वाली इक्वेशन है उससे पहले वाली जो थी उसको लगा दो, चला लो, क्या नुकसान है?
हाँ सर, मतलब वही मैं कह रहा था, पर मतलब इक्वेशन चेंज हो जाएगी ना तब शायद।
हाँ, this equation is valid. The last equation that we have written is valid only when delta p is equal to delta n at all times and all places, in one sense.
हाँ सर बिकॉज मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि ऐसा ही कि डेल्टा पी और डेल्टा एन हमेशा इक्वल होंगे, आप ऐसा कुछ कहना चाहते थे, मुझे ये लग रहा था।
नहीं, वो इक्वेशन वैलिड होने के लिए हमेशा होनी चाहिए, वो इक्वेशन वैलिड होने के लिए हमेशा होनी चाहिए।
हाँ
ठीक है, जिन जगह पर ऐसा होता है कि डेल्टा पी और डेल्टा एन इक्वल है, वहां पर हम वो वाली इक्वेशन लगा सकते हैं, वरना वो वाली इक्वेशन नहीं लगा सकते, हमें जो ओरिजिनल इक्वेशन थी वो लगानी पड़ेगी बस।
ओके,
ठीक है, एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? नो, चलो 1 बज गया।
मतलब वो जो आपने पीछे ग्राफ बनाया वीडी का, तो मतलब इसका मतलब ये है क्या कि मतलब जब टेम्परेचर मतलब बढ़ा देंगे अपन, तो वो जो मतलब इक्वेशन रहती है, जो फॉर्मूला होता है एनी म्यू वाला, वो वाला वैलिड नहीं होगा, या फिर
हाँ,
वो एक दूसरे को
टेम्परेचर नहीं,
करेंगे?
टेम्परेचर नहीं बढ़ा रहे हैं, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड बढ़ा रहे हैं। तुमने थोड़ा गलत समझ लिया है, ये टेम्परेचर नहीं है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है यहाँ पर एक्स एक्सिस पे।
ओके सर,
सो दैट फॉर्मूला इज वैलिड ओनली इन दिस रीजन, केवल इसी रीजन में जहां पर लीनियर है, उसके आगे वैलिड नहीं है वो फॉर्मूला। ये ओनली इन दिस रीजन इज वी डी इज इक्वल टू म्यू ई, वेयर म्यू इज योर स्लोप ऑफ दिस कर्व। Okay, only in this region, only for small electric fields is valid. It's not valid for beyond that. So instead of applying your current J is equal to n e mu e, ये था ना, तो instead of that you will have to apply J is equal to n e v d. Okay, you have to apply the actual value of drift velocity over here, okay, in the regions beyond this. ठीक है, और बहुत हाई इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड हो जाएगी तो तुम्हारा यहाँ पर वी डी मैक्स हो जाएगा। ठीक है, is that okay? So even if you, so in this region your electric field, your velocity changes with electric field, okay, your velocity changes with electric field, that is okay, but in this region velocity does not even change with electric field. So लेकिन but it is no longer a linear relation in this region, यहाँ पर linear relation नहीं है। ठीक है, ठीक है, in this region this is linear relation, so you can apply this equation. In this region you have to apply the actual value of Vd. In this region you can say it is Vd max. So even if you increase the electric field, your current is going to be constant. Okay, even if you apply a high electric field, your current will, even if you increase the electric field, your current is going to be constant. So no longer J is equal to sigma E. ठीक है, J is equal to sigma E. E is no longer valid. ठीक है, J is equal to sigma E is no longer valid. So Ohm's law is no longer valid. And your system went. So only in this region is your system ohmic. It is no longer ohmic beyond that. Okay. क्या नाम है गोपाल? ठीक है या नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay then. Bye bye. See you on next Monday. Friday की छुट्टी है 2 October.